This is Paris Hilton. I'm going to teach you some math right now. So basically last week, I was drunk driving while banging 4 guys at the same time, and I crashed into a McDonald's. So instead of going to jail, I have to do a bunch of community service. And I was going to make a tutorial on how to not be fat. But then the judge lady said that doesn't count. So I have to make a math video. So I heard you guys are like graphing derivatives right now. So here's a quick little trick you guys can use to graph derivatives. And I'm like a super visual learner. So, because I mean like numbers and words don't really work for me. I don't know how to read. So, yeah. Basically, you have some functions, right? You have one that looks like this. Kind of fat. You have one like this. It's like super fat. And it's upside down too. Was that one upside down? No, it wasn't. So you got fatty, super fatty, and then like kind of ugly. Okay. And you have all the derivative graphs that match are like this one, and like this one. Oh, it's another fatty. And then this one. This one's me. You see it? Yeah. So basically, you're going to think about what the derivative looks like as it goes on the graph. Because the y-coordinates of your derivative graph are going to be the slope on your function graph. So let's start with this graph, okay? My trick is that I take a pencil and I hold it in, this is a pen, whatever. I hold a pencil in the middle of the pencil, and my fingers are going to be on the graph. So like if I want to know the derivative at the vertex here, I'm going to put my fingers in the middle, and then I can see that the slope is going to be really, really flat. So like the derivative is probably going to be 0 at that point. And over here it's going to be like really positive, and like over here it's going to be like really negative. So you can see if you trace the graph with your fingers and this pencil, because the slope of the tangent line is the derivative, and this kind of acts as a tangent line. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. So, these feathers are kind of itchy. Anyways, you can take this. Now we read from left to right. So you start at this side. I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to see the slope. It's like super negative, right? Because I mean, imagine if that was someone's dick. If that dick was pointing down, that guy would be really sad. He would not be turned on at all. So it's negative, super negative. So if you trace the graph, it's still negative, negative. It's still getting more positive. Now it's going kind of flat right there, yeah? So it's kind of 0. And then as you trace it some more, because you read from left to right, so you go from left to right, it gets more positive, the guy's more turned on. There you go. So it's like super positive. So, which one of your derivative graphs consistently goes from negative to positive, right? Because your slope, it's like, your slope is like negative, 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 positive, positive, positive. It's not this one, right? Because I mean, it's like growing, and then it gets smaller, and then it grows again. So that's wrong. It's not that one. This one, it's like big, and then little, and then big again. That's not what it is either. What about this one, huh? Let me draw a line first. It's like, oh wait. This is super negative, super positive. I drew it wrong, sorry. Okay, so now, do you see how it's like super negative, and then it goes to 0, and then it goes positive? It's like totally consistent. So, these two are the ones that match. This is the function, this is the derivative, right? Okay. So, Now you have 2 out of the way. There's 2 left. Let's pick this function. This one. So you read from left to right. Take your little pencil. Sorry. And you look at it. It's like super, super negative. And then it goes and it kind of flattens out. And then it gets more negative and more negative. Right? So it's like super negative, 0, more super negative. So, is it this one? I don't think so, okay? And this one, the y value is like, it's like big and then small and then bigger than smaller again. That's not what was happening, right? It's like positive and then like negative and then like, no, that doesn't match at all. What about this one, huh? It's like the y values, oh my god, totally need to draw more axes. Anyway, the y values are like super negative and then it consistently goes up till it's 0. Almost 0, my bad. That should be like here. Forget about that line. Paris Hilton doesn't know how to write, okay? Should be happy that I can do straight lines. I'm kind of drunk right now. They should all be curvy, just like this room looks. Anyways, so the derivative's like super negative, then it gets like to 0, then it goes like super negative. So they match, right? This function and this derivative. Yeah? Yeah. So that means all you're left with is, oh my god, where'd it go? You're left with this function and this derivative. So, if you take your Dick pencil, your derivative is like super negative, and then it goes to 0, and then it goes more positive, then 0, negative, 0, and then it goes more positive, right? So it changes like 3 times, like here, and then here, and then here, and here, like, it just changes a lot, right? Well, this one kind of changes a lot too. So, it should be, oh my god, I drew it backwards. Find a piece of paper. Oh my god. This is why I don't do anything that smart people do. It just doesn't make any sense. But it's just like bang 4 people at once while I drive down 101 and then, yeah, crash into McDonald's. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have crashed into the McDonald's. I mean, it's kind of some calories right there. Just breathing their air probably makes you gain like 400 calories. It's gross. Anyways, so, yeah, this. Kind of looks like an old lady's saggy titties. Ew. Super negative, kind of positive, negative, back to positive. What does this one do? The y values are super negative, or they're like super little, super negative. They go up and then down and then up again, right? So these 2 match. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. So there you go. That's Paris Hilton's tutorial on how to read derivative graphs. Bye.